Hello crafters, this is Suzanne for Katscrappiness, and I am here with the Spellbinders Universal Plate System. If you watch my channel, you guys have heard me talk about this beauty a lot. I use her for die cutting. I also use her for embossing, whether it's 2D embossing or 3D embossing. She's made for those wonderful oversized embossing folders. Well, Katscrappiness does have a few of these in stock, and she is offering a special deal, 20% off with the code UNIVERSAL. That sale will be in place for you to grab yourself a universal plate system if you've been wanting one, and the sale will last from April 28th to May 5th. The universal plate system will arrive in a box like this, and it will come with the following included. My system is not new because I have been using mine. I purchased mine last year. The F is a shim, and a shim is just like how you use a sheet of paper, just to add a little bit more pressure. If something is not running all the way through, it's not getting that full impression, you would use this mylar shim. Then here, this is a silicone embossing mat. You can use this for dry embossing. Next, there is D, the adapter plate. This is your little gem to help you with the amazing Spellbinders 3D embossing folders and other brands of embossing folders. If you want to know certain brands of embossing folders, what sandwich to make, go onto Spellbinders website for the compatibility chart. Let's say a Sizzix 3D embossing folder, etc. I mainly use this for 3D embossing folders. I love these oversized embossing folders. And I will put a link for the Spellbinders page in the Katscrappiness store. Okay, so you can take a look and see if you want to add something like a 3D embossing folder to give it a try. But this is the plate that you'd use, adapter plate. You also get two cutting plates. The one that takes all the cutting, this is the top plate. Then you have the platform top, which is B. You use this one for 2D embossing. 3D embossing, you don't use this. You also use this for die cutting. And lastly, A, which is a platform base. You'll always use this one, okay? Let me show you two different die cutting machines from Spellbinders. I want to be crystal clear. If you purchased a Spellbinders Platinum 6 or a Spellbinders Platinum machine, the new and improved one, you do not need to buy this. It will come built into it, okay? So I just want to be clear that you don't double purchase and then you get upset about it. This is an old Platinum 6 machine. She came with a different cutting system. I purchased this whole system to work with this machine. Notice the length of this too. This is great for slimline, and I love to make slimline cards. And I also love these oversized embossing folders. So this is the old Platinum 6. The new and improved Platinum 6. I'll show you a photograph here. Different colorway. It has a platinum colorway, but there's also this version. This is the scrapbook.com new and improved Platinum 6. If you got this machine, you have the universal plate system. So I have two sets of it. Yeah, I do. But I'm not mad, because one machine is my die cutting machine, and my other machine, she's my road trip going to crops machine. I use both of them. Now, the old system, if you have a Spellbinders platform, this will not work with the 3D embossing folders. There is a difference between them, and I just wanted to show you this is thicker than this. So what brings up back the height is here. To use one of these 3D embossing folders, you remove this, put the paper in here, and then you put this on and you run it through. That gives you that 3D look. If you're using a 2D embossing folder, and there's your sandwich too. Don't you love it? 2D embossing folder would be platform base A, the B, a 2D embossing folder. This is a two-dimensional embossing folder, meaning it's a standard embossing folder. And then you put that top cutting plate. And then I would run that through with a sheet of paper. Now I'm going to show you the difference between 3D embossing, 2D embossing. This is a two-dimensional embossing folder. This is a three-dimensional embossing folder. These are two cards made with the same cardstock. I just made these two cards. And you can see here clearly that one has much more detail. That's your 3D embossing folder. Still has great detail, but just a little bit more subtle. That's your 2D embossing folder. And both of these embossing folders are these oversized embossing folders, which I love. So if you have been wanting a universal plate system, and why is it called universal plate system actually? Let me go over that real quick. The universal plate system is made, and I'll show you a graphic here, for machines with wide openings, meaning the Platinum machine, which is the larger to the Platinum 6, the Platinum 6, Sizzix Big Shot, Sizzix Vagabond, Sizzix Big Shot Pro. Big Shot Pro is a bigger version of the standard Sizzix die cutting machine. It is not made for the Sizzix Switch. At least I didn't see that. Double check if you do have a Sizzix Switch, how it would work with these 3D embossing folders if you have a Sizzix Switch. I did not see that name on the compatibility list. Okay, so I don't know if you can use the universal plate system in a Switch. Also, you can use it in an eBosser, older machine, but you can use it in a Cuttlebug. Have your old faithful Cuttlebug, you can use it in a Cuttlebug. It will not work in the Gemini. It will not work in the Empress. It will work in the We Are Memory Keepers Evolution. Also another one with the wide opening. It doesn't work in machines with the small opening. Just the ones with the wide opening. Wide opening machine will also cut your steel rule dies. So keep that in mind. This is a machine with a wide opening. If you see your opening not looking like this, just check the compatibility chart, but more than likely, it's not going to cut it. But it's usually, think Gemini, think Anna Griffin, Empress, those machines, the universal plate system was not built for, okay? If you have Spellbinders cutting plates, extended cutting plates, these are made for the universal plate system. The older cutting plates, this will also work in the universal plate system. You don't have to waste the plates, because I bought extra plates when I got my machine first, and that works with the old platform, which I still have my original cutting plates too, and I can still use these original cutting plates with the universal plate system. They just don't have the extra length. So when I'm cutting something like slimline, I go back to this. I use this all the time anyway. It's just easier for me, and I'm always embossing something. In summary, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what the universal plate system is, and she is made to work with not only the Spellbinders die cutting system, but she's also meant to work with other machines with the wide opening. Like I said, you can double check that compatibility chart. If you have a machine that I did not mention, but it does have a wide opening, okay? You can just double check there. Definitely take advantage of the 20% off. Again, the code is universal. The sale will be from April 28th to May 5th. Okay, crafters, I will be listing and linking this below, and I will also link the Spellbinders product page at Katscrappiness, and also Kat's new release that just released this past Friday. So you can definitely check out the Friends Under the Sea release. Oh, just super duper cute, adorable under the sea goodness. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.